Hello and welcome back to Thrones of Britannia, a Total War Saga. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful day, because I'm certainly excited to be back with the Kingdom of Dyflin, where things are going pretty well indeed. We currently have two armies sitting up here towards the north. Before we get to that, though, I just want to mention that you can probably hear that my throat is a little bit messed up right now. I'm not really sure why that is. It doesn't really hurt. I kind of woke up this morning and sounded like this. And sound like I have a sore throat when I don't. So, just wanted to throw that out there. That I might sound a bit weird for this episode and the next couple. Just as an FYI. But we are going to go ahead and we are going to jump back in. And I am thinking that we need to make a bit of a change in our strategy. Because at the minute we could push into this territory right here, which is owned by a Viking Sea King who currently operates out of Scotland. And I'm thinking that might not be a bad idea, because said Viking Sea King is actually unfortunately allied with these guys up here, but is at war with his neighbor. And that's kind of tempting. That's kind of tempting to go after, because we could take some territory in the north. But what I'm also thinking is that we have this guy right here, who is directly to our south, whose capital is right on our border, and who is friends with this guy right here. And if we take that over, it gives us a pretty straight route to go straight south and then over to Wales. We could already go to Wales, but I kind of want all this territory. So what I'm thinking we'll do is move the armies that we have down towards Dyflin, and we'll move this one, the ConflictNerd, down to the old Mead capital right there. And when that's done, we're basically going to push south from the capital into this settlement, and we're going to push from Dyflin into this settlement. Hopefully both in the same turn, hopefully laying siege to both of them at the same time, and thus taking them over the next turn, hopefully again at the same time. That's the plan, at least. Whether or not that works out, we will have to wait and see, but that is going to be the plan. It is going to take a few turns to get my units in position, and then a few more turns to let my units heal up a little bit. But that's all right. I'm not too worried about that. I think we can safely make this work in our favor. My biggest concern, to be honest, is that we're not really making much in the way of money. We are spending a lot on upkeep, and we don't have all that much coming in from trade or other income. So we're going to have to see what we can do with that at some point. I think maybe going for scribe right there. That only adds on an extra 9, so never mind, or an extra 8. Whatever it adds on, it doesn't add much. Let's just go for food instead. Only adds an extra 2, but it'll do the job. Either way, we do have a governor that we can assign up here. Is there anyone that would be good for this? No, you are all... yeah, you are all military men, so I don't think we'll bother with any of you. That province is unfortunately going to have to remain ungoverned. And I believe on this turn, you guys will probably start making your moves, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, there we go. So the ConflictNerd slowly moving south. We have these guys moving to the south as well. And it is, like I said, it's going to take a couple of turns to get to where we need to be. And I might actually move the ConflictNerd towards Dyflin, because they are the stronger army, and it would be good to have the king and the stronger army attacking the enemy capital, as opposed to a smaller army, and who I believe is the heir to the throne. I might be mistaken on that. I'll admit, it's been a couple of days since I actually played this. Let's see here, a power tussle. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. They have each annexed their Viking vassals. All right. So let's see here. Are you... no, you are not the heir to the throne. That's actually okay. A few of your units are ready to upgrade, though. So can I just select everybody and say... No, we can't upgrade. We don't have the money for that. That's unfortunate. What about the horsemen? Can we upgrade those? Yes, we can. And these guys here, we can't upgrade all of them. We can't upgrade those ones. We can't upgrade those ones. We can upgrade one at a time, though. So we'll do that, I guess, and just give them a couple of little upgrades. Let's move the ConflictNerd into Dyflin itself. Let's move the wolves of Dyflin down into the old Mead capital, and we'll go that way. We'll have them basically change sides, and we'll have the stronger force push on Nas as the enemy capital. Now, over here, we do have a bit of damage. I believe it was from lightning. Unfortunately, not a lot I can do there. I don't have the money to fix it just yet. We really don't have all that much money coming in at all. I am wondering, though, if we could maybe raise the taxes. Because what I'm thinking is, if we can raise the taxes, then we'll find ourselves in a situation where people might be miserable, but at least money is, it's not going to be an issue, basically, so that might be something worth doing. Yeah, our money's dropped again, so is any of this actually fixable? That one is, and that one's fine. Okay. And you are actually looking pretty decent there. So what if we give you Scribe? That might actually be a good idea. That might actually be a good idea. Let's have a little bit of a look at the economy then. So, army upkeep is... yeah, it's not great. If we increase the taxes by 1 level... this province here, Braga, will go down to a -7. But the taxes will add on a considerable amount of money. We will more than triple the gold income. But this will be a very, very unhappy province, and I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea to make the province that unhappy. When it comes to trade, I mean, we're making 670 on exports. I don't know. I'm not really sure what we got to do here. I mean, that's the expense of both of our armies. But I feel like we might have no choice but to increase the taxes and risk a very, very unhappy region. I am noticing, actually, that if we increase the taxes to there, these guys go to 6. Like, they're super happy down here. They are super happy down here. Let's increase the taxes and see what we can do, though. Braga, obviously, going to be very, very unhappy. I believe it might be this building right here causing that. Probably combined with, yeah, the old salt pans. Probably this as well. We could destroy that, but it's going to be... it's a lot of gold we'd be losing. We would lose food production on that one as well. But I think we might destroy this. And then try and build something that might provide some happiness, or something along those lines, preferably. That's basically going to be my goal, is to get them to be happy and also to go to war. That's where I'm at here. I'm also seeing Irish rebels just to the north, so we might actually have to turn some of our forces around. But I'm looking at that rebel force and I'm thinking that it's very close. It is very, very close to not only one of my settlements, but, you know, someone else's settlement. Rebellion. Yep, there we go. So these guys have rebelled. Fair enough. Let's get back up there. Go sit in there. You are going to continue on your way over there. Braga, the region itself, is unhappy for sure. We can't actually destroy this, which is a problem. But happiness has increased at least, which is decent. So what is this? Each level of the primary building in this settlement unlocks a new building slot. In order to unlock more slots, first upgrade the main settlement chain. So we need to upgrade all of these first. Fair enough. Fair enough. What do we got up there? So we can't upgrade any of this. Not yet, anyway. But it might not be a bad idea to look at upgrading the farms, because then what we can do is get a bit more money and also, you know, the food and the supplies as well. Looks like Irish rebels over there as well. This, unfortunately, can't be upgraded, but we do have room for scribes, which is going to be useful because I believe what they'll do is increase the research. Yeah, 10% higher research rate faction-wide. Let's do it. Let's 100% do that, and then we can get more money and happiness from churches. This entire area is just thrilled because it has churches. So basically what we need over here in Dyflin is a church of some sort. Now hopefully we can deal with this battle relatively easy. Here's hoping that'll not be too much of an issue. We should be able to take that back very, very quickly. And then if the rebels happen to take anything else, I will happily step in and deal with the rebels. As for returning what they take to the original owner, that might be that's another story. That's something completely different. We can discuss that with the original owners. If they're willing to pay me a considerable sum of money for it, then sure. If not, then, well, not my problem. Let's see here. Let's go for this attack. There is not really any need to lay siege to this. Honestly, I think we will auto-resolve this. I don't think we need to manually fight it. I don't think we were ever going to lose that fight. So there we go. We lost 94 units. That's fine. They are done. Let's go ahead and occupy. There we go. Fantastic. So that is done. Over here is under a considerable siege right now. So we'll let them sort of just do what they're doing. What is this over here? That is other rebels. Now that's interesting. I wonder if they're laying siege to that territory. They might be. Either way, let's get the ConflictNerd down to Dyflin again. It's going to take another couple of turns to actually get there, but that's all right. This general actually has a level as well, so Quartermaster is going to let them move a little bit further. That's not going to be a bad thing at all. So, oh, you are within range. That's fantastic. You are within range. Let's just go ahead and fix this up. It's only gonna cost 51 to do so. These buildings here, we need a good bit more money to do anything with them. Over here, we could upgrade this farm for a bit more money and a bit more food. I don't think we need it. Less food, more fame, more happiness, more money from church if we upgrade that. I think generally what we need to do is just upgrade Dyflin and try and get a church down there to improve morale. So let's just hold off. Let's just save up a considerable amount of money and see if we can get these upgrades in Dyflin done sooner than later. Because that would be fantastic. That's my goal here. Like I said, I want to get everyone to be happy. And I want to lay siege to the enemy settlements in the south. They don't know what's going to hit them. They don't know what's coming. Obviously. Wait a minute. Alvilda is dead. Who? I feel like I shouldn't say who, but who? Oh God. So the heir to the throne's daughter has passed away aged 8. Interesting. Then, of course, we have Olaf and, what's-her-face, and Sigrid, the child. I feel sorry for Barter. Like, there's no direct descendant to, take up the throne there. I do feel sorry for Barter. Let's see, though. So, what are we going to do with you? What are we going to do with Un? Because we could have her killed, but I don't think there's much point. Anyway, what would this do? A bit more happiness, more replenishment chance, a slightly improved garrison. We could upgrade the farms. That might be a better idea, but I think I want to go for these main buildings. I think I want to get those main buildings all upgraded, so let's go ahead and keep on keeping on. We'll let the herd continue south towards Dyflin. And once it gets there, I think we'll just let it sit. We'll let it stock up. Let it get the supplies that it needs. All the while, I'll be building more buildings in order to upgrade Dyflin and eventually get a church in there to cheer everybody up. That's the plan. That's what we need to do. I hope this war works out, though. That's one thing. The Thrones of West, I guess, Sikhs? I don't know. So they've been claimed by a single Anglo-Saxon kingdom. The newly crowned Anglo-Saxon king seems to be pursuing the Offa's legacy, and it would appear that there are few who can stop him. Interesting. That is, I'm just noticing the map as well. There is a fairly chunky amount of territory held there. That is a lot of territory. That is a lot. So you are the vassalized kingdom of the Anglo-Saxons, who are apparently the strongest faction that exists. You guys have a lot. You guys have a lot of territory right there. A lot of territory. Good lord. I mean, fair play. You know, to each their own, I guess. They're doing a good job. I guess things are working out well for them. Let's see. How many more turns until you are in position? Not many. Let's put you in there instead. We'll get you in there, and then next turn we can go ahead and start laying siege, because I believe both armies are doing pretty well. Actually, you know what? It might not be a bad idea to look and see if we can do something interesting here. So for one, we can get more melee cavalry. We could get more bow infantry. We could look at some skirmishers. I don't think we want them. I think what I want are a few more axemen. And that is something we can totally afford. There we go. So we'll let this group, the Wolves of Dyflin, the Wolves of Dyflin, get a little bit stronger before we go ahead and lay siege. We're getting there, though. We are getting there, and that's good news. That is very, very good news. I think I'm just going to stick to my plan as well. I think we lay siege to both at the same time. Actually, this one down here on the left, we're probably not going to need to lay siege to it. So maybe what we do is we attack it, we take it over very quickly, and then we immediately move our units elsewhere to try and take over here. So you right there. We are not going to be able to attack immediately, unfortunately. But what we can do, since... Well, it's actually very tempting to move in and take this immediately, but I guess I should let you guys heal up a little bit. As for you, you could go and immediately lay siege if you wanted to. Which, I'm going to be honest, I'm very tempted to do. But I think what we do is we're going to go in, we're going to get you in position, and then in the same turn, we'll take this and lay siege to their capital. I think that's going to be the way that we do things here. So, this right here is going to be a new declaration of war. And it could go very quickly. It could be a very, very swift war. On the flip side, it could be a complete and utter disaster. we're going to have to wait and see, I guess. Because I'm not really sure just yet. I don't know what kind of army these guys have. Blackmail. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm not interested. I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to ignore it. I'm not at all interested in the blackmail here. So, let's go ahead and declare war. There we go. So, they are allied with these guys. That's fine. Because their capital is right there, so it's not going to be an issue. We'll take all of it in one go if we have to. Your warriors will defend you? We'll see about that. Let's lay siege here. Let's get a battering ram. Let's get a couple of those. And we'll maintain that siege. We'll maintain that siege. As for you, go in there. Occupy it. Beautiful. So now that that's been done, we could push these forces down to take this capital. What I'm going to try and do instead... Oh, we're not going to be able to get back up there in time. Interesting. We'll see what happens with that. We'll see what happens. Let's try a little bit of diplomacy, though. Because these guys here are allied with these guys. They're not even at war. Oh, you guys aren't at war anymore. Okay. Let's try a little bit of diplomacy. I want you to join my war against these guys and these guys. And in return, I will give you military access. No, never mind. We can be friends. And I will give you 500 gold. No, let's say 675. Declaration of friendship? Sure. No problem. We can be friends. What about a military alliance? Okay, fine. You are going to be next. That declaration of friendship's only going to go so far. Once I find you significantly boring, that friendship is over. Let's push on and try and take this capital right away. It's going to be a little bit risky because these guys aren't actually all that strong, but it is going to stop the enemy from mounting an immediate counterattack. So hopefully that'll work out. And I do believe it is just those two factions that we're at war with at the moment. So if we can take this first capital, lay siege to a second one, and then in the next turn take the other capital, I think we're going to be in a pretty good way. But we're going to have to just wait and see what happens. So you guys right here, you are going to go down, you're going to lay siege to this. And it's alright, it's sort of strong, but I think we can win that without too much issue. Let's do exactly the same thing. Maintain the siege. As for down here, let's convert this into whatever it needs to be. And as for up here, we're just going to sit, we're going to wait. Now let's see here. This is going to be a bit of a fight. We don't have any reinforcements, but I think we can do this. The advantage is ours. We have the siege equipment. We can put towers in the walls if we need to. We're going to break down a gate if we need to. Oh, my throat, man. It looks to me like there might only be one gate, though. Right there, unless that at the top is also a gate. If there's two gates, what I'm probably going to do is try and breach the lower one, and then maybe put some units in the walls up behind them. But I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. We have a lot of, well, we have a decent amount of cavalry there. A lot of axemen. Some spearmen. We only have one unit of archers, so we'll see what happens with that. I guess they can sort of be moral support. They have 1, 2, 3 groups of rangers, but they're going to have the towers as well. Or 3 groups of ranged units, I should say. Alright, let's start the battle. let's see what we can do. Let's wait for the rain to go away. Let's wait for the fog to go away. That'll do. So what are we looking at here? We have a gate on this side. We have a gate over there. And we have a gate up there. All right. So, let's move this tower. And let's put the tower right there. So, a tower right there. I want the other tower to be right there as well. And I want the battering ram to be down here. Bit risky. They might, you know, this tower here is going to be a problem. These towers are going to be issues, but I think we can make it work. Let's say that we're going to have a bunch of these guys down here. That's the towers. We can't do that. All right. That's fine. You guys are going to go and support the towers over here. And then you guys are going to go support the battering ram. I think you guys can do exactly the same thing. And then at this point, I think the ranged units can be split just a little bit, with some going over with the towers. And I think the cavalry is going to have to go with the battering ram. So start the battle. Probably not an ideal formation, but let's see what we can do. Battering ram goes straight for that gate. You guys are going to go straight for and try to take out that tower. And you guys are going to go straight for and try and take out that tower. You guys are going to go straight for and try and take out that tower. All right, so hopefully that'll work well for us. The cavalry is going to have to sit back. That's all right. This siege tower is going to go for that bit of wall. This siege tower is going to go for that bit of wall. You guys are going to go and try and take out that tower. And you know what? I think you guys can go and try and take out that tower just there. So let's see how that goes. Let's see if that'll actually do us any favors. We have these guys here who are ranged units. I need you to try and take those guys out. That's what I need. Take them out. As for the walls here, this is going to be a bit rough. I think what we're going to need to do is get these archers to fire on that group. And I need you guys to try and do similar, I think. Let's see how that works out. We have a lot of different units moving around, though. Let's see what happens with this. So those archers are going to be firing on the enemy archers. You guys are going to be trying to burn out that tower. Siege towers are moving in no problem. You guys are not having a good time there. I'll tell you what. Let's regroup. Go try and burn that. Let's have you guys try and burn that out completely. Enemy tower destroyed. Really? That was remarkably quick. Okay. Fantastic. We have these guys in the walls already. Go take them out. And you guys do exactly the same thing. Go fight them. And you guys, same thing. Go fight them. Get up on those walls. There we go. Not bad. You guys, same thing. Get up on the walls. Right, so what's going on here? That tower's gone. Let's see if we can get you guys to do some damage here. Siege tower's going in. You guys are ranged. Try and hit them. You're going for the gate. Let's keep moving. Let's just fall back a little bit. Let's push forward slightly. Give me those ranged units. Just open fire. Come on, we can take this gate. Oh, wow. No, 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 no. That's bad. Fall back, fall back, fall back. Grab all of you and fall back. Right, let's try this. We've got a bit of an advantage. Let's just sort of regroup first. Regroup back there first. Okay, we're on the gate. These guys are fleeing. You guys need to be ready. We're going to be pushing in. All right, gates are gone. Let's grab everybody. Let's charge. Let's go, let's go, let's go. This shouldn't be tricky. This shouldn't be difficult at all. You know what? I want everyone in melee mode. Everyone on melee mode. Let's capture that gate. If we can. Yeah, there we go. Enemy flags going down. Enemies starting to flee. Our flag should be going up momentarily. There it is. Alright, take those guys out. Let's do some fighting here. Get them to run away. And the gates are ours. Fantastic. Alright. Let's keep up the fighting. Let's just keep pushing in. Take out all of their units. Get them to flee. Get them to run. Come on, they've got one more. Okay, now they're all running. Fantastic. Alright. That looks like some of my units outside. That's a bit weird. Alright, grab everybody. Everybody try and kill those guys. And let's push on the capture point over here. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We'll get the whole... Oh, no, never mind. Victory is apparently mine. Fantastic.